Okay, I think we're live. So, we're back. That's another endurance night. Y'all know how it works by now. We got ourselves a race to do. Hopefully I didn't judge the volume too hard there. I don't know if that directly impacts it, or if it's just loud today. But we have 3 enduros left, and I think tonight I'm going to do the Trial Mountain 2 hour. I mean, kind of all these races are similar length. I think tonight calls for the other 2 hour endurance since we did this last time. And let's do the preview so I can show you guys kind of what's in this race. And also just so we can see before chat gets here, before we start it up. You can help me pick a car, because we're going to need to buy a new car. And you guys will help me decide what that is exactly. We're driving JDMs. If there's any JDM car you guys want to see one last time in GT3, well maybe not one last time, but if there's any JDM car you guys wanted to see me drive, let me know, and I can try to make it happen. I'll leave this in the replay camera so that we can wait for chat to get here. I will answer when we get one. Looks like this NSX though is going to be the front runner, so we got to be able to beat this. Surprisingly, the R34 is lagging. Can we race the NSX? I mean, personally, I was thinking of driving the RX-7. Let's see what we have though, before I get right in. Got a bunch of Lancers. I do have this Mazda RX-7 RS, not in a good color, but it's there. Evo 5 would probably be a popular choice, but we drove it earlier in the playthrough, I should say. We could drive the RZ. RS is cooler. Got better colors. What's up, friend? How you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Trying to pick a car. If there's any JDM you could drive, what would it be? I haven't driven the 300ZX in this game. I don't know how good that is compared to a Skyline, but it's something. Hey, all money. I'm trying to decide on a car. If there's any JDM car that you'd like to see for 2 hours, what would it be? Discord is saying Supra. Let me check if I have a Supra. I don't think I have a Supra RZ. Alright, I've already decided then. We have not driven it. Let's drive it. Alright, I'm starting the timer. Let's get right into it. Okay, so next part of our playthrough. We need to buy a car. We're going to the dealer, and I'm kind of surprised I've made it this far in the playthrough without buying one. We're going to Toyota. well, it's Supra time. The only question is, what color should it be? I'm thinking super bright yellow. I've always liked this color in the Supra. The blue is also kind of nice. I feel like I've driven a lot of blue stuff on this playthrough, but yellow sticks out. I think I'm going to go with yellow. There we go. Get in the tune shop, buy some tires. That's all we really need. Let's go to GT Oil and give it a good old oil change, even if it's not going to change the power at all, but just because. We're going back to endurance. The red does look like a tomato. We get ourselves a Trial Mountain endurance, and its only requirement is a normal car only. You cannot tune a car. It doesn't really pay out that well, but it is road cars only. And that means we have ourselves another endurance night. So let me just check the audios are good before we get in. What do we got here? No NSX. I think I want to try and race the NSX, just like how we tried to race the TVR last time. Let's try to get the NSX in a race. Let's see if we can, knock it on another Supra. Okay, well there's another Supra, but NSX Type S0, that's fine with me. Let's see how unbearable this is, although I do think with our tire strategy, and just through good driving, we could put up a good fight. Let's see, 332 horsepower, no qualifying. You guys know how it works, just like last time. It is a 2-hour race, so that's unlimited laps, and whoever crosses the line first after 2 hours wins. And we are underway. We're going to be vibing. I'm going to probably put on headphones after the first pit stop and listen to music. Because usually on a longboi endurance, you're just trying to get through the stint. Also going to try and get familiar with this car while the tires are cold. And this is why I refreshed to get the NSX, because I feel like the NSX is the only car worth racing against as I go straight into the side of a R32. Can you guys hear the game okay? Is it too quiet? Too loud? What's up, Insane? You just caught the very beginning of this race. We are driving against mainly the NSX is our main rival here. And it's also trying to protect our tires. But yes, good old Trial Mountain track that is really fun to drive, and classic version now I have to say, not the modern version. This car likes to slide. It's easy to drive, but maybe the tires aren't going to last that long. Already lime green. Ooh, that's a big mistake from the NSX. Before I make a move on it, let's see if we can dance with it a bit. Can easily get in front of it if I just want to kind of make this battle at least fair on my side, even if AI isn't so fair. I think better in lines than the NSX. This is good. No contact. This makes for some good replay shots. And yeah, we're kind of in a class of our own. It's faster down that back straight. Keep it in high fourth gear. Hey Edwin, how you doing? You're playing Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit? That was my first ever racing game. Another mistake, that's 3 laps in a row on that rock turn. This time I do get ahead. But I wonder, will he fight back? Is that a BMW Z4? It's a Supra? The Dupra. Yeah, the Hennessy Venom F5 had a test, and it already beat the Venom GT speed. Floxy, how you doing? Oh, by the way, Marv, didn't formally say hi, but how you doing, buddy? Had a mental breakdown getting the IC, IB, and ILA license in GT2. That sounds like GT2 alright to me. The test with the Camaro, where it's like a double left-hander, that one is a PTSD-inducing test. So let's see, it looks like the NSX caught back up. Jeez, getting rammed. Ram ranch. It's gonna hit the rock again. Keeps it clean. But not in the back, that's for sure. Let's see, is he gonna repass me? Let's find out. Oh man, 5th gear. That car's just unstoppable. Good that you're driving around that TT. Nice. NSX could actually put up a fight. Look at that. We got ourselves a race here. It is a soup, bro. My first Need for Speed game. It was also my first racing game I've ever played. That was my introduction to cars in general. Alright, so I need to drive a bit faster, even though that was my fastest lap at that point. NSX can clearly drive faster. Chicken Noodle Supra. Does not hit the rock this time either. Try and bump draft him. Small little bump, a little bit of trolling. Yep, the Diablo SV. And one of the cars I grew up loving. I have a die-cast version of it sitting right above my bed. Did he go wide in that right-hander? I think he did, and he hit the wall. Did I miss the shift? I don't know. Is he pitting already after just 5 laps? That's a bummer. Race can be over already just from that. 5-lap pit stop. Also just registered about getting IB with the Viper corkscrew. I thought that test wasn't the worst. I think the one with the R390 on the corkscrew was a bit more messy. Everyone's pitting just 5 laps in. I mean, my tires are yellow, but I certainly have a better tire strategy if I can keep my pace going. Did you get all golden licenses, or did you just complete them? 4 controllers trying to do the licenses. That's dedication. But I'm so sorry for those controllers. Okay, so the gap to the NSX was 20 seconds. Let's see what he starts doing now. We'll know if there's rubber banding or fresh tires. Completed no gold, oh man. Someday you should try for the golds, because they are definitely, if you thought you'd have a mental breakdown just completing them, wait till you try to go for gold on all of those. It's good old classic Gran Turismo. I will say it is incredibly rewarding to get gold on those tests. You're gonna do an endurance race too? Nice. An endurance night. It has been a rainy couple days here, so perfect time to do an endurance. We're just driving around. Look at that, we're already 10 laps into the race. So if you extrapolate 12 times 7, we should get around 80 or so laps. Or rather, we completed 6 laps in 10 minutes, so it should take like 73 laps maybe. Just guessing. There you go, that's the test. We make a big drift with the Super right there. Big drift. Big chungus. Gap is still 20 seconds to the NSX, so that's still pretty good. Play 80 laps of this. It is a 2-hour endurance. Doesn't explicitly tell you, but how this race works is once that timer in the top right hits 120 minutes, it becomes the final lap. And whoever crosses the line at that point is the winner. So if you do a bit of math and extrapolate, it's going to take like 70 laps in 2 hours. We do a 1:35.004, so close to a 34. Speed will probably turn 25 next year. You mean it will turn 25 next year? Because that game came out in '98. It's currently creeping up on 24 years old, give or take. You'll be here for the whole time. Nice. Gotta ask Claire, are you new to the channel? Because don't particularly remember if you're around in the asphalt days. But if you are new, welcome to the stream. We are in the near end game of a GT3 playthrough that, as you can see at the top of the stream, it's 88 hours into. And what's bogging us down is this endurance. Got 3 endurances left, including this one. and then the super license races, and that would be 100%. Yeah, Asphalt's a lot of nostalgia. I get it. The game isn't what it used to be, though. Yeah, I'll just say it's just a thing of the past, really. But yeah. It is crazy to think how, I drove a lot of those races and built a small YouTube empire. Not the absolute biggest, but that some of you guys still remember that. Check back in all these years later. Phone was destroyed. That's no good. Gap is now 23 seconds. We're actually pulling a gap to the NSX. You're in a Discord of old asphalts before 2017. Do you guys have Overdrive by any chance? Because that game, I believe, is server-based, and that came out before 2017. If you guys have classic Asphalt 8 as well, that'd be interesting. Is this car better than the new Supra? I mean, I think so. I mean, personally, the new Supra seems... I don't know, it doesn't... I guess it's 20 years of evolution, but... it doesn't hit the same way as a Mark IV does. We got all the other old asphalts, that's cool. The only game of like the mainline asphalt games I haven't played was 3. Never played 3. Because I don't think there's many devices that could run it properly. I don't even know if it had a physical release, to be honest. Someone with more knowledge than me can answer that. Well, our lap times are still pretty good, even though my tire's starting to turn orange. I will keep going for the moment. Maybe pit on lap 12. NSX pits again, by the way. No Tato's here. Good morning, I guess. We're here for endurance night here. And we are already lapping somebody 16 minutes into the race. When we don't have Asphalt 3D for the 3DS. That's a bit surprising, considering I think that game's pretty easy to find, like, out in the wild. You just have to dump the file. It's the Lancer that we are lapping. Alright, lap it cleanly. Move on. Is there an Arc 7 GT3? There is. Both the FC and the FT are in this game. That was a 1:35.1, and that lap was alright. It's still a good lap time, only half a second away from my PB. I'm not the most consistent driver. Yeah, I always liked the PS3. I think it's probably one of the more underappreciated consoles. Got a lot of flack because, you know, it was originally beefy and expensive, and it was developers didn't like working on it, but considering, you know, what it could do at the time especially, pretty great console. I think its library is absolutely worth playing through. It would be nice if we got, you know, modern releases of all the stuff, but PS3 games are still relatively easy to find. Maybe the pricing isn't the best across the board, but it could be worse. Alright, yeah, I'm starting to feel my front right in pain. You're gonna pit this lap. You're gonna do that 30 lap endurance. Watch out for the Vector M12. Let's pit. If I can find the pits. There it is. Alright. Let's grab a drink. How you doing, Asphalt Will? You don't need me to... Like, why you gotta ask to say hello? I can see a message. So wait, I don't know what just passed us. I think it was the Skyline. But it was someone I already lapped, I think. Maybe in the pits. It's 20 minutes done. You have lots of exams, that's always stressful. But good luck. Study hard. I'm sure you hear that enough. Big drift. Big drift. Like, pretty unnecessary. That's how you warm up those tires. I still have Asphalt 7 on like my old 4th gen iPad Touch, but I haven't turned that thing on in years. Probably not since 2015 maybe, back when I was looking for stuff to play. Check on Asphalt 8 iOS leaderboards. That would have been like 2014, 2015. What's up, FTL? There's a new photo of the V12 Lambo hybrid. I have not seen that. Oh, I'm sorry for that, FTL. I mean, hope all's okay now. Yeet chicane. I messed up that turn in and I just paid the price. Wish they brought back the Yeet chicane in GT7. I don't sleep usually. Typical asphalt player. Car hunt grind be like. I can't believe, you know, I think the most down bad I ever was in terms of asphalt was I would set my alarm at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, so that I could use up a set of keys in R&D, go back to sleep, and then when I woke up, I'd have another set of keys to use just to maximize that output. That is the most down bad I have ever been in the asphalt franchise, and honestly regret doing that, even though yes, it saves me tokens and you know I got the car that I wanted, but was it really worth it? I could have spent the tokens to refill, but that was when I was trying to save up tokens heavily, and then I was also trying to push for getting to 100,000. It's just dedication, but you would say it's dedication in 2016, but nowadays I'd call it just down bad. You made a Supra 1-2 finish in the Touring Car 700. Is that championship that's sort of late game? Where you're driving normal cars? That championship was annoying, but it does have a lot of potential to replay it. Asphalt 9 3 hours a day. Odds on streaming Asphalt 8. Currently 0. I will say, something I want to do later down the line, when I'm done with GT3 and all that, is I want to see if I can get a hold of a 1.0 version of Asphalt 8 and see if I could like either speedrun it or just do a stream with it. But specifically 1.0, because I don't want to play modern Asphalt 8. That would just make me sad. But if I could start a fresh save file with 1.0 Asphalt 8, that could be interesting. Yeah, Flair, you have that Discord, right? What do you think about Forza? I think it's probably, as it stands today, the best place to drive your favorite supercars in terms of video games. It is the most well-rounded franchise at the moment. I mean, it has been that way since like 2016, but I haven't played Horizon 5 yet, but given how similar it is to Horizon 4, and I played a lot of Horizon 4, you know, I think it'll be just another solid experience. But if you haven't played it, you should try it out. Someone with the Group 4 cars. Gotcha. What's up, Del Rubin? Yeah, the Bahrain Grand Prix. I just realized I hadn't streamed since the Bahrain Grand Prix. Last time I streamed it was during the qualifying. But yeah, the race happened, and you're a Ferrari fan like me, you were pretty hyped. I couldn't believe it. Just seeing another Ferrari 1-2, even though it was kind of expected. Just shocked to see it just happen in the way that it did. I just said Asphalt. Well, I haven't played Asphalt, or sorry, I haven't played Forza Horizon 5 yet. I haven't bought it. I am planning on buying it when it goes on a good sale. I want to get it for like under $40. I want a good deal on it. Because, I mean, the game's not perfect, and if it's too similar to Horizon 4, then I just play Horizon 4, you know? But right now I'm busy with number 1 finishing this GT3 playthrough, number 2, despite all the hate, I still actually played Gran Turismo 7. Because I'm not done with the single player content in there. I'm hoping by the time I'm done with like the missions, the licenses, the circuit experiences, we can maybe get an update. I've even done sport mode, and I've won a race in sport mode already. But yeah, despite all the problems, it's still functional, so I still play Gran Turismo 7. This is a stock Supra, and I just put hard tires on it. They're super slicks. Yeah, Haas got 5th place in the race. Kinda crazy how Haas went from a team that couldn't even get into Q3 to comfortable top of the midfield. Unless you want to call Mercedes top midfield. I mean, you don't need to try and convince me if Horizon is good or not. I already know what it's going to be like because I've played all the other Forza Horizons. And considering how modern games are released these days, it's actually better if you play it several months after release so that the bugs are fixed by the time you get to it. He actually did not make contact with that other Supra. Nice. You know, people drop dislikes on my GT3 videos. Like, it's like 1 or 2 people. And it's like, what do you don't like about it? And it's a video with like, you know, with 70 views maybe. And it's like, if someone is just either just wants me to play Asphalt 9 no matter what, or just doesn't like me, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, it was a clean pass, even though it's just lapping somebody. Yeah, Forza has issues, so does GT7. Every game that releases these days has an issue. It's unfortunate, but that's how modern games are made these days. It's released first and fixed later. I couldn't have thought it would happen to something like Gran Turismo, but it has, so it's here to stay, and that's what we're dealing with. 30 minutes in, we are a quarter of a way through the race. Such slow progress. Racing Master, did that game ever actually come out? I remember when, you know, like Drive Syndicate 3 had just come out, so the Asphalt community was pissed, and then Racing Master got like a beta or something, and everyone flocked to that. But did that game actually ever like materialize, or is it still stuck in limbo? Zygo said that Speed High Stakes was the best ever. I could see an argument for that. It was definitely unique. I didn't grow up with that game, but I do have it. I do own it. I have played it. And I think it'd be pretty fair to say that is a solid entry. I'd say the best Need for Speed ever was Most Wanted in 2005. Good speed. They're pretty good laps here. 35s. TF2 spy moment. Let's try to protect the tires in these last couple laps. Yeah, it's very different. But there can only be one best, right? That's just my opinion. You can have any opinion. You could even say the run was the best one, which, you know, there's people who do that make a good case for the run. It seems like shifting early to get the turbo to kick in is the way to go with this car. We're lapping the Evo 7 again. Or is it the 7? Yeah. It is the 7. I thought the 8 and 9 were in this game, but it isn't. Yes, Evo 7 RS. Looks like that Skyline just pitted. Bonks the rock. I think maybe we should pit on this lap instead. If I'm trying to go 20 minutes since we won't make it in time. Yeah, it's basically like pre-Fast and Furious and post-Fast and Furious. Another drink. I'm gonna put on some headphones. Did I say drink? I meant pits. Guys, I'm a raging alcoholic. Not really. Oh, can I put on some music before this kicks in? Yes, I can. Jeez, what are you gonna do? Leak his address? Hey Thunder, how you doing? 7 reviews are brutal. I will tell you, man, the game will get better with time. But, if you were planning on buying a PS5 just for GT7 and nothing else, at least wait. If you really want to play the game, I bet you could probably snipe a copy of the PS4 version for under $30 on like Facebook Marketplace. Jeez, like we're doing a full expose up here. It's like two things happening at the same time. The Jot movie, yeah, he was an asphalt YouTuber. I never really watched him, but I know of him, yes. I'm gonna stream Need for Speed 3 anytime soon. I mean, it's on my list. I probably want to do... If you guys remember in like 2019, I tried to do like a casual Sunday. Need for Speed 3 was on my list of games I wanted to do like a casual Sunday of, but I scrapped that idea pretty quickly. Well, we bonked the Skyline again in the same spot. Oh, you don't even have a PS4. So if you don't even have a PS4 or PS5, then number one, I just recommend you go straight to the PS5 because it's backwards compatible. And number two, obviously wait for it to become cheaper and more available. This rock's died of ligma. His socials got hacked. Did he ever try to actually recover his account? Full throttle. Beat up the hill. Absolute murdered the tires and be in the wrong spot, but there you go. Try to gain those extra tenths. Jeez, FTL's just straight up doxing. Put that go to bed. Good seeing you, Thunder. I'll see you in Discord during the race weekend. We're on the Ferrari hype train officially. I do have the PC version for high stakes, but I don't have any computer that could run it. I need to install like that mod thing that enables you to play it on Windows 10. Nice. Almost touching the rocks, but not really. For I've trained McLaren traffic jam. Is it a traffic jam or is it a train wreck? Or is it more like a slingshot if you look at it from a 5-year view? Because that's what I see. It looks like the last 3 years they were pulling back on a slingshot, and in between the winter they released that slingshot, and McLaren's just gone flying straight back to the back of the grid. .34.3, new fastest lap. Big speed to this turn. Big speed. Yeah, Mercedes engines are down bad. I think Mercedes can bounce back to the front of the grid, but it's going to take some time. Oh, that was a bad turn. I had a good lap going and then I just messed it up. I had a 34 on the cards. For sure. Yeah, the other three, I mean, right now the big question is Vettel even returning this weekend. Aston said that he has not returned a positive or a negative test yet. And I'm wondering if he's just like, nah, I'm not gonna race because the car is so bad. It'd be so sad if like he just announced his retirement right up now. I don't want that to happen, but I need a community post. You need to have, I think, 1,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers. There's like a requirement that you need to hit first before community posts are enabled. I think it's 10,000 subscribers. Maybe because it's Saudi Arabia, yeah, making like a human rights statement as well at the same time. How many laps do I need to do? This is a 2-hour endurance, so you look at the total timer on the top right, it's currently at 48 minutes. Once that hits 120 minutes, the game declares the final lap, and then you just have to cross the line. So if you want to estimate, I'd say it would take about 75 laps, more or less. .34. Ooh, that was a cut. Stop at the finish line before. On the last run, I strategically timed my laps so that I crossed the line naturally at the right time. Slow time? Well, that's why it's an endurance race. What happened? I don't think the timeout was because of backseat gaming, though. It was already done well. Worst racing game of all time? I would say maybe Ford versus Chevy, Fast and Furious Crossroads, or Fast and Furious Showdowns. Most of those games are pretty hot garbage. I'm just trying to think of what I've personally played. I've played Fast and Furious Showdown. It was trash. I've played Ford versus Chevy. It was trash. Vroom. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Ducati. Bugatti. Angry Birds Go. I've never played the Angry Birds kart racing game, so I can't tell you. I mean, my criteria to rate a racing game is if it released on console. Mobile game is a different story. Yeah, big rigs, over-the-road racing. I have not played that game, and that game's incredibly hard to find because everyone knows it's the worst game of all time. Yes, technically you could call it the worst of all time. But I have not played that yet, even though it'd probably be legendary. It's one of those so bad it's good games, you know? Yeah, just you mentioned you're bothered by the thought of a 30 race season in F1. I am too. I think the calendar is already pretty stacked. We're currently at 23 races, which is a lot. It's the longest F1 season ever. And the fact they want to increase that by like 25% just for seemingly no reason other than to impress the TikTok and YouTube audience. Overwatch is the #1 worst game ever. Is it because of the community, the toxic community? I don't know. I'd say Overwatch is like Team Fortress 2 with a new coat of paint and without the funny taunts and culture. What's up, William? Fan art. Well, a lot of games have unfortunate fan art. That's just a given, right? It's like when that Ratchet and Clank game got announced a couple years ago, you know, during the PS5 reveal, and within 10 minutes of that trailer, there was already a DeviantArt page for Rivet. And it's like, we're done with humanity. Just end it all. Your school has an esports team for Overwatch. I have seen that before. I forget if my college had an Overwatch esports team. We had a League of Legends team, for sure. I think we also had Super Smash Bros. We had CSGO. I think we might have had Valorant. I don't even remember. I don't remember if we had Overwatch. It was kind of like if you wanted your game to be an esports team, if you could convince 5 other people, you could make it an official team. Yeah, you just listed just a mosh pit of toxic communities. I mean, there's toxic communities literally everywhere. Every game has them. I'd say like Five Nights at Freddy's is probably one of the craziest, but mostly because it was filled with like young kids. I've never played Valorant actually. My take on it was just like new Overwatch kind of, you know. Oh, Rainbow Six Siege, that was the other team that we had. I've only played Rainbow Six once. Definitely League. I've never played a game of League. I've played Dota before, but I never really got into League. Asphalt 9 is a toxic fan base, but I can confidently say that nobody's ever drawn pornography of the cars or the YouTubers. Right? Janssen actually has Spinata. Please tell me there is a modeled version of Mattia Benato. Drink time. Water boys. I wish YouTube didn't have copyright restrictions. I'm right now listening to A Day to Remember, and this album absolutely slaps. But I can't share it on YouTube because I get copyrighted. But that's how you get through endurances. Just listening to stuff. Benato would be a bully, you know, he'd be a daddy, that's for sure. Really, I find Doom to be kind of wholesome. They got that whole Animal Crossing crossover thing going for them. I'm just saying memes come out of it. Nothing too extreme. What's up, Soft? What's that, President? How you doing? An asphalt iceberg video. Someone would have to... Okay. If someone could create just the image of the iceberg, it could be explained. I know a lot of the lore, at least between, 2014 to 2020. But I can't put that all in a picture format. It's hard to rate it. Iceberg's not necessarily the downfall, it's more of like just exposing the lore and the secrets. I mean, isn't Game Off rerunning gold special events and already kind of... We did that with Asphalt 8 for a bit. About to be an hour. 1 hour done. We're about to complete 37 laps. So if you do the math, that's about 74 laps. Hit it on 36 or 35. So that means we'll go to 47. Pikmin and Kirby are pretty chill, yeah. The lesser known communities from Nintendo are pretty chill. Watch out, because that guy's gonna hit the rock. Yep, he does. Every time, without fail. Yeah, 2 years too late. You're kind of an F1 simulator because we're doing a 2-hour endurance. Not in the fastest cars. Music cut off. Did not. Is that the NSX we're about to lap for the first time? Yes, it is. An hour later. Hit the rock. Jerking through. You've now lapped the whole field. Each game. Had no choice. NSX and other Supra are going side by side. Supra versus Supra. Spoiler alert. The Supra wins. Oh man, he's going fast. Forget that NSX could drive at the same pace as me. The only reason I'm winning by this much is because of tire strategy. And him bonking the rock like that. I wish I had a soundboard where I could just play that bonk sound effect. For every time he hits the rock. Get ready for yellow Supra. Move over, yellow Evo. Here's the RX-7. Is the RX-7 actually ahead of the NSX? I don't think so. think the NSX is about to lap the RX-7 here. Yeah, so much for that classic AI. GT AI has kind of always been trash in a way. It's just, you know, if you look at it in a modern view, it's not that good. Try and get on the inside. We need a little bit of contact. Over 30. Oh, was I in 4th gear that whole time? I wasn't even paying attention. That must have been cringy to watch. Yeah, there's the NSX right there, like, hey, you've been in 4th the whole time. If I hit X, it's a mention moment. I think he's gonna pit on this lap though. Yes, he is. See you later, NSX. Some big jumps here. Completely ignored track limits there. Breather here. As soon as I complete this game, what do I do next? I don't know. I mean, the next game I want to play through on the retro list is Burnout 3. But immediately, I don't know, maybe we could like take a break and just do like some one-off streams before we go into another project. We can do that. Similar when we did a break to do Need for Speed and F1 and GT Sport at the end of last year. Burnout remake. I did play Burnout Paradise Remaster when it came out a couple years ago. That was a yeet. I almost got a 34 out of that too. I got a 34.4 right there on 42. I didn't even realize that. Yeah. I don't know, Brenton Paradise Remastered wasn't really much of an improvement. It was more of a re-release, to be honest, with all the DLC. But fine, revive that game, but I wish they made a new Burnout. Or, you know, brought Burnout 3 to a new system. Oh, bonk. Geometry Dash? Yep, I have that on Steam. I'm not very good at it, but I do have it and I've played it before. That game is a game. I mean, to me, it's the Impossible game, if you guys remember that one. That game's probably older than some of you guys watching right now, but the Impossible game did it first. Geometry Dash just added some color and more music, a lot more music. But real homies remember Geometry Dash as Impossible game. I just remember hearing the music on like Roblox lobbies in like 2009. Just like crazy how long ago that was. Even though it doesn't seem like that long ago, you know. Geometry Dash is gone from Steam. That's a bummer. I still have it. Yeah, their game's harder than Geometry Dash, of course. Rhythm games. Yeah, there was only like 5 or 4 songs on Geometry, or not Geometry Dash, the Impossible game. But they were all slaps. Especially Stage 2 was my favorite. I think that was called Chaos Fantasy. Steam Deck. One of my friends pre-ordered the Steam Deck and it keeps getting like delayed. It looks so good though. It's like a gaming PC but a Switch at the same time. I mean, personally, I'd be interested to see if it could run Forza Horizon 5. We'll see when that comes out and it actually becomes available, you know. Alright, so let's get hits. Remember the Nvidia Shield? That was supposed to be like the first Steam Deck. I gotta pause for a second. The music just ended. How much time we got? Just under 40 minutes. Put on a short album. Yeah, Abraham. Thanks for tuning in. Backseat gamer be like. Alright, see ya, Ribbon. That was a big jump. What's up, fam? How you doing? Welcome back. Glad to see you've kept up as A tier even. Thank you very much for that. I'm doing good. How are you? It's almost the end of the week. The endurance race had me looking dead inside. Sorry. But, you know, I'm just listening to, I'm listening to music on my phone here with headphones on. And that's just kind of what helps me pass the time a bit faster during these endurances. Because you could get tunnel vision quite easily doing all these laps for what seems like endless time. So if I look like I'm dead inside, it's because I'm like trying to listen to the music. I can drive passively and actively listen to something else and still drive pretty consistent laps. Like that 133.9 we just drove, new fastest lap right there. I have no idea how I did that, but there you go. Yeah, I remember when you remember Tashi. Yeah, yellow Supra. I asked Discord what they thought I should drive, and Supra was pretty popular. And I'm kind of surprised I haven't driven a Supra at all in this playthrough. Just the race car. That was a good line. Let's see what this first sector time is going to be. 18.0, that seems like pretty average for a good lap. Despite, I thought I carried more speed. Put in 4th gear and see what happens here. Rubber band farming on GT7 is huge, yeah, and remote play scripting. That game is completely broken now. And it's all in retaliation for the payouts, of course. People are passively, farming millions per day just so they can buy the expensive cars. It's completely broken the game economy, because of course it has. 11.9, I don't know if that's any good. .337. There you go. Time for this Evo to ruin my next lap. Or for myself to ruin it. I will blame that Evo though, regardless. Ooh, almost ramming into me. Yeah. University gets busy like that. It is primarily why I stopped making regular videos, and back when I was still playing Asphalt, only made streams for the most part. It was because I physically did not have time to make videos, record, and all that. So everything I did for content was done on streams, and it's kind of still the case for the most part. I mean, yeah, I edit and upload the segments for this playthrough as their own pieces on YouTube. But it isn't something where I have to go out, get footage, write a script, and make a dedicated video on. Just barely needing to check. I'm getting a bad line through there. Despite getting a great sector one time, this lap could still PB if I drive fast. Yeah, the S license is extremely difficult in these old Gran Turismos. Even in GT7 though, I haven't played the S license in GT7 yet. I wanted to stream that, but maybe I should just do a video on it, like I was just saying. I just figured that maybe I'll wait for GT7 to get in a better state of mind before I go back to making content for it. Just bumped the wall. Got 133.9 there again. With the off track here. This corner is so tricky to get the grip right. Oh no, Arc 7, bonk. I still haven't bought the Evo 5 in GT7. I should have bought it when I first started the game because it was in yellow. But I figured I'd save my credits. And I just have not seen it in yellow since. I saw it in silver and almost bought it, but I didn't. Have I driven an RX-7? I know I've driven it in the license tests, and I forget if I drove it some point in the playthrough. I don't think I did though. I drove it in arcade mode, I think. But yeah, I think an RX-7. That was the car I thought of buying. If nobody gave me a suggestion, I would have bought an RX-7. But I bought a Super instead. I do need to find a normal car for the Polyphony Digital Cup. That one I was just planning on asking, you know, Chad again, what car would be fun to drive around for 6 hours instead of just 2 hours. I have a feeling that Seb's gonna miss the Saudi Grand Prix this weekend. Nothing's been officially announced. Just that Aston Martin's on standby, where they confirm Hulkenberg again. I have a feeling Seb's gonna miss it, because if he's not in Saudi right now, then he can't drive. Simple as that. You should go back to GT3. It's a really fun game. I love driving in this game. I know I always complain about the length of some of the races, but it's genuinely a fun game to just drive around and relax to. Like right now I'm just listening to music, talking to you guys, and then playing this game passively, and it's just really, it's a really fun game to do that. The controls just work. I could just do my race and just vibe. And that's kind of what Gran Turismo is all about, just vibing. Driving your favorite cars and just doing the single player. Something that GT7 misses out on, sadly. By the way, we only have 25 minutes left of the race. You're not that far away from the end. Do you think it's going to be another mega wreck at the Saudi race this year? I think it's definitely possible. That track just seems like a mess, though. We have teams that don't really understand their cars yet, combined with a relatively new track. Would you like to tell the stream? Yup, that was exactly what I was going for. Night of Fire. With all my Endurance Night streams, I was trying to come up with like a clever title. So we had like 2 Electric Boogaloo, we had 3 Knuckles. I think maybe the last one will be Endurance Night Rising Revengeance or something like that, you know. Powered Boogaloo. ICE Boogaloo. It did a little bit of off-track trolling. Just a little bit, but we got through. Alright. Now we're let loose. Ooh, that was a nice corner. Almost clipped the wall. I thought that was going into the wall. I just committed to the corner. A PNG tuber? What is that supposed to mean? Is it like an NFT YouTuber or something? I don't even know. What's up, F8? How you doing? We're in the final stints. I think I have one more pit stop to go. A little messy, but we did not hit the rocks. It's a React comment YouTuber with a short video. There we go, finally a good corner there with no over, not oversteer, but you know, the rear slipping out under braking. That's a good sector 3. Oh, but this was a bad corner. I don't think this will PB. I turned in too early there. Oh, 33.9. Yeah, that would have totally PB'd if I had a better corner. I didn't really like that corner. I just did a hard wall tap too. Did you watch the race, Fate? So, Gasly had, I think it was a MGUK failure, which is the kinetic energy part of the engine. And the back of his car caught on fire. So that's kind of a, you know, can't save the car there. And then, I haven't read exactly what happened to the Red Bulls, but it was a, I think it was a fuel pump issue on both the Red Bulls late in the race. Oh, yeah. Not good, obviously. You want your car to run the whole race, so not a good look for the Red Bull camp. It's 2:33.9s. They're very close to each other. I mean, Red Bull will be back. They were challenging for the win, and they will certainly be back in the fight next week. It's a long championship. Yeah, internet's all about just, you know, farming views, money, clout, whatever. Whatever gets you trending on Twitter and Reddit. You know, back in like 2016, I thought if maybe like I could be like a, you know, a big YouTuber, but I realized like I probably shouldn't go down that route, because if you're a celebrity, you know, you got everybody looking at you and you're kind of pinned in a hole. I didn't want to do that, and I'm glad I'm just a micro celebrity of a game that nobody really plays anymore. That's the best outcome I could have hoped for. And, you know, every time someone asks, like, why aren't you getting views anymore? It's like, I don't really care, because I'm just playing games and I just have people to talk to already, so it's like, I'm already happy with where I'm at. I'm already successful in, you know, what I do outside of YouTube. You know, I'm working as an actuary and, working on my career work again, saving up to move out, without trying to get, you know, like a TikTok sponsorship or whatever, living in a mega mansion. I'll tell you guys, like, man, we're gonna be living in like a, not run down, but, you know, probably an old house or whatever. Whatever I could find that's good for the money. And then I'll fix it up over time, and that'll just be the camp. So, by the way, F1, or F8, sorry. F1 races are all 300 kilometers, 180 miles. So, yeah. Think of it as like the Grand Valley 300K in Gran Turismo. It's the same distance in that way. It's just you gotta do it with an F1 car. That means it usually takes somewhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's pretty standard. I think the shortest full-length race was Monza, and that's like an hour and 25 minutes about. The Ferrari SUV, I have not seen the Ferrari SUV pictures. Well, if there's rain, the race usually goes on. But yeah, if you have something like Spa last year where there was too much rain, so much so that you couldn't, safely, treat drivers if there was a big crash, then they could cancel the race or cut it short. And then if there's a red flag, an F1 race can take longer than 2 hours. I think there's there's a 2-hour limit on racing, and then there's like a 4-hour limit on the event itself. So if it's red flagged, if they got extra hours to work with. I think I'm gonna pit kind of early so I can get some fresh tires for the end, the last stint. Yeah, F1's really interesting in the rain because usually any car advantages, normally right now the Red Bull and Ferrari are the fastest car. Usually in the rain that equalizes the rest of the grid since you cannot get full power. So it's all about the drivers then. And usually rain races produce some really interesting racing and some really interesting results. So, and also since rain doesn't happen all the time, it's the special thing when it happens. But you can of course have really entertaining dry races. Just like I thought Bahrain last week was pretty entertaining for a dry race. Not the best ever, but definitely good. But Bahrain's a good track, it always produces good racing. Yeah, GT4 has the longest endurance races, and GT5. Which, by the way, welcome back, Igor. I think you were here before, but welcome back. We are almost at the end. This is our last pit stop. One last drink of water. Yeah, 24 hours. See, if I was to do a 100% playthrough GT4, I cannot do the 24-hour races. I just straight up can't. That's just not going to be possible. Yeah, pause, continue. But you guys thought me doing 2-3 hour streams was, taking forever. Think of 24 hours. That's 8 streams, 8 weeks of driving the same car and track. It would get boring. I can't do that. You have to do that all in one shot, and I just straight up don't have the time. I would do V-Spec in that case. Yeah, F1 is pretty addicting. It's something I definitely want to go to. I am scrapping up money to go to the Texas race this year. I just need to find someone to go with, and of course figure out logistics. But that's something I want to do. Yeah, you can only mid-race save in GT5. In GT4, you just gotta do the good old pause and hope your your power doesn't go out or someone unplugs your PS2. But I would just do B-Spec, and that literally takes 8 hours. You could just do that overnight. Pretty straightforward. You gotta work. I have to work tomorrow too, so I can only do this race tonight. Just spend the last minutes parked. Because I think I'm only one lap ahead of the NSX, so I would lose the race. Favorite track to watch for F1? That's a good choice. Or sorry, that's a good question. I'm just trying to think. Like, Monza is always fun. Always. Silverstone is pretty great. Coda, that's the Texas race, US Grand Prix. Bahrain, like we just saw last week, is usually good. Baku is probably like my personal favorite for entertainment. That's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. That's probably your best bet of like the most entertaining races. I'm driving like trash now. I can't get my good lap times again. But oh well. Canada's pretty good. Belgium, Spa, that's pretty good. Although, honestly, I thought the Spa races were kind of overrated. Like, it's an amazing track. Qualifying is always great on that. But in terms of the racing, it was kind of like just ruined by the field spread. Suzuka is always fun. We just haven't had a Suzuka race in a couple years. But I think it's coming back this year. Oh, and Brazil. How did I forget Brazil? Brazil is so good. I'd say Brazil is the top 3 track for entertainment. Brazil always entertains. There's so many races on the calendar. It's crazy. I can't imagine us ever doing 30 races. We'd forget everything. finally a 17-second sector 1. I don't know if I had that already, but I just noticed that. Let's see if we can take it inside and not get hit. Oh, he didn't hit the rocks. Bonk. Get the slipstream though. If I really look dead inside, I'm just like vibing to the music. Do not ruin my lap. He ruined my lap. I'm mad, he ruined my lap. I think he's gonna pit too. Yep. Thanks for ruining my lap, mate. Appreciate it. Well, that'd be 2 times we lapped the NSX. But we have some clear air now. Carried so much speed. Hooked on Classics Part 1. I could just hear that loop from the menu. You know, it's the thing I don't understand about GT7. Polyphony decided of all the things they could show off as the first thing everybody sees in GT7. It's hooked on classics. Porsche 356. It's like, why? That part flopped hard. Yeah, we're almost done. We only got a couple minutes left. I mean, GT7 situation's still the same. Well, yeah, nothing's changed. The game's in the same update version as last Friday. You know, so the game works, obviously. The server thing that was last Thursday, that was fixed. But, I mean, the game's economy is the same. It's just, it's got to that point where everybody's just repeating themselves now. But, that's just kind of the situation of the game. It's still fully playable. It's just, you know, it's got that annoying economy. But if you look at the sales data so far, it's like the #1 sold game 3 weeks in a row, even after all that from last week. So people aren't changing their minds, at least not that quickly. Yep, I'm fully aware with what's left in this game. Oh god, here's Nevo to ruin my race. Finish, so listen to the car for the last lap. Replay save complete, perfect timing because we are about to begin. Even though there's 15 seconds left. Final lap. Just cause. Why not? I don't know why this race was like, it went by faster than the Rome circuit endurance. Probably because I'm driving a faster car and this track is a bit more fun to drive. That's just how it is. My lap is not that good though. So this won't be a new fastest lap. But it will still be a good lap. Yes, it looks like nothing was officially declared, but yes, this is the final lap. 2 hours later. Yeah, the SRT Tomahawk S is now super popular because it could farm money really quickly. The Pan American Championship. White Castle sliders. I literally had White Castle last Sunday for the first time in like 3 years. And that messed up my body. I can't describe it. Because it wasn't like I had a bad stomachache or anything. It's just, I feel like that changed my DNA, having White Castle again. But man, that stuff's yummy. Yeet chicane one more time. Oh man, big yeet and a big drift for the dub. There you go. Lancer was still running. There you go. Nobody hit 69 laps, but we got 72 laps for the NSX, 71 for the Supra and Arc 7, 68 for the Skyline and Lancer. So there you go. No nice for you. You can't go to a White Castle restaurant. It's different in the restaurant than getting the frozen burgers. Alright, let's get a replay shot. Y'all know how this works. We are waiting for replay. Just to get a good camera angle for the thumbnail. I want to see if I can get something with like side by side with the NSX or something, because I think on lap 2 or 3 we got that. Some good shots, but I've used some of those angles before in previous videos. It's hard running out of camera angles. You're gonna make more White Castles. Nice. That was me getting bonked by the Skyline and the rock turn. The rock turn that loves to kill the AI. We did finish the race. We're just watching the replay to get a good thumbnail shot. Once I get a good thumbnail shot, we'll get our prize money and prize card. Oh wait, we already got our prize money. We'll get our prizes though. But that's a good shot, but probably wish I had better lighting on that. I want to get one where I'm side by side with the NSX. I can't fast forward the replay, but that's a yeet. That could be a good stream thumbnail though, with that yeet. How did I catch up to this NSX? We were driving at like the same pace, but he just had a worse pit strategy. The super slicks are so overpowered in this game. The banana Supra. Yellow Evo 5. It's no more. Ooh, I like that angle. Oh yeah, here we go. It's because the NSX bonked on the rock turn, so I got really close to it. Let's see if we can get some good side-by-sides with it. Of course, I can just hear the NSX, but nothing else. Nice drift. I think this was it. Let's see if we get some good shots. Ooh, I kind of like that one. Please get a straight down the middle shot. Why? No straight down the middle shot. Come on. Oh man. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. I got plenty of good shots. Well, you guys know what it is. It is prize car time. Trial out in 2 hours. What are you gonna give me? Endurance winner. Got some wings. Don't I already have one of these? I feel like I got the short end of the stick. Oh well. We get a tuner Skyline. I'll probably never drive. The wing. Let me just see. Yes, I already have one of these. Perfect. And just white. Worth 50k, but I don't really need to sell it because I got plenty of money, but wow, thanks GT. Appreciate it. Anyway, that is 92.1%. And there you go. We have 8881 miles. Almost there. But that's the end of the segment. Yeah, the professional dirt races in arcade. We have an arsenal of cars. Yeah. Before I go, I can't replay the endurance to get a new prize car. I mean, like I can, but I don't want to because I don't want to dump another 2 hours. So here's what we got left. We got these two endurances, which this one is pain. This guy is full pain. I am not excited to do this one. I don't know when's the best time to do this one. This one's gonna take like 3 hours almost. It's just mind-numbingly boring and you're not driving as fast as you could. This one's gonna be interesting. This one's like the real Monaco Grand Prix. This one will be interesting, I think. And then that's it, just those two endurances. And then at the very end, the tail end, once we finish endurance, we'll get our super license and do these 4 guys. Which, it's only 4 events, and one of them's really short, but this one and this one are pretty long. Yeah, I think we might do Monaco on the weekend since it's the F1 weekend, and then we'll do I don't know, I need 3 hours of a block. Maybe we can do a long haul on like a Thursday night or something. I don't know. But yeah, let's get a oil change on our Supra. Look at that. Dead oil. Let's bring it back. Give her a car wash too. Shiny happy people. There we go. You are very late, Supreme. Very, very late. We just finished and I was just about to end the stream. So that will be it for tonight, I think. I don't have time to do another endurance. Yeah, because, you know, asking the same question 4 times, that will get me to answer it yet again. Okay, let's pause the timer. There we go. Well, that was it. I'll save one more time because, you know, PS2 vibes. And of course you want to save that oil change and car wash. Anyway. We are done for tonight. So, thank you guys all for watching. And we'll be back for the Saturday morning stream, probably doing another Enduro. It will be after the qualifying, so we can talk about that. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you guys